My name's Caroline Schofield and I work as a personal development coach specialising in careers. I work mainly with charities and in the voluntary sector, mainly with people who are unemployed for various reasons and want to go back into work, so they're considering what they want to do, and quite often when people have had a break from work they don't have much confidence, so that's where the personal development side comes into it as well, so building confidence and helping people decide what they want to do next. Did I like school? Oh, it was okay. I think I quite enjoyed learning up until about 14, and then I was interested in lots of other things that didn't really have anything to do with being at school. I got a few O-levels and then I started doing A-levels, but actually that wasn't really, for me at that time, that wasn't really interested in my interest. I didn't finish my A-levels and I went off to do other things. When I left school, I think when I stopped doing my A-levels, I worked in bars and I worked in cafes and I worked in restaurants. And then when I was about 20, I got bored and I decided to go to Tokyo. So I went to, I was abroad for about 3 years. Towards the end of that, I kind of thought, I need to decide what I'm going to do with my life now. And I'd always been at school, I'd always enjoyed art, so I came back and I decided I would go to art college, so I went and did an arts degree, which was fine. I enjoyed that, except in my second year I got pregnant. So I left in my second year and took a year out and had a baby and looked after her for a year, and then in the third year I went back to art college and I finished my degree. Well, I wasn't quite sure what to do because suddenly art didn't seem like such a good idea when you've got a child, because you can't really, I mean, people do make money out of artistic pursuits, but it didn't seem like it was going to lead to a particular job. I was working in a community project which was very much about helping disadvantaged people. I had a feeling that it wasn't, that I didn't agree with the way things were done, but at that time I suppose I didn't really have an academic education and I didn't know how to I suppose argue about it really. So I decided I would go and do a master's degree in sociology. So I moved to London and I did a master's degree in sociology. I've managed to finish my master's degree as well, which, yeah, there were times when it was a bit tricky. And I was really pleased that I did. It was really interesting. I worked for a couple of different charities, single parents charities and a community charity in an area of Bristol. I was still thinking that I don't feel that this is actually there must be a better way of doing this, because from what I'm seeing and what I'm involved in, it's not actually having any real impact or really helping people. I quite like the idea of how it would be to use coaching, not in business, but to use coaching to help people change their lives and organise their lives in a different way so that they can move forward. So I found out about what coaching was and how you trained, and I eventually left my salaried job and became freelance, which was partly because I really wanted to do coaching, and also partly because I think there is a part of my personality that finds it hard to work within an organisation, and to, especially a hierarchical organisation where people are telling me what to do. I prefer to work in a kind of more equal way and to work with people. For me, I suppose having a career isn't like you work out what you want to do and that's the end of it. For me, it's like a constant process of developing your career and changing what you do slightly and changing your interests. So probably for the next few years I'll carry on doing what I do. Maybe when my daughter gets older and she leaves home, then I might decide to do something completely different and have a career change, which would be great. So I don't know yet. Who knows? We'll see.